Jackson Podcast.
What's poppin' with y'all today, man? I had intentions to do a show and react to the Jim Jones and the Cameron situation that's going on. That's like, I think it's bad for the culture, but I love them boys. I love Dipset, man. I love Joel Santana and them boys, man. They did a phenomenal job when they was hotter than fish grease in the early 2000s at Rockefeller Records. But I think this is going to be a good conversation for all the people that's in the game, all the people that want to be in the game. And, remain humble, man. First of all, I want to say that pride comes before the fall. That's a famous statement that I don't think gets enough recognition. You know what I'm saying? That people need to be held to. Remain humble. Remove your ego. Don't be too prideful, man. And I want to shout out to a content creator, MREC TV. If you want to hear a great take about the Jim Jones situation, go to MREC TV and check it out. Mace called into his show and everything earlier today, and it was just a dope conversation, and I really appreciate that, though. But I'm going to read this petition that this FBA brother put out. I'm a person that's FBA. FBA is not an organization. FBA is not a group. It's a lineage of people. And, back to the remaining humble thing, people allow you to get into these positions. People, they root for you. They want you to win. You have to be accepted by the people for your records to sell. You have to be accepted by someone to allow you to be in the position at the record label or whatever. And a lot of people get in those positions and they let their ego take them down. They get too prideful, then they fall. They don't remain humble. So we're going to read this petition. It's by a brother named Q Parker. He put a petition out on Fat Joe, and he said, this is the issue right here. As a foundational Black American, I find myself increasingly disturbed by the conduct and rhetoric of the white Hispanic rapper Fat Joe. His comments towards foundational Black Americans have been consistently disrespectful and bigoted. Moreover, his blatant use of racial slurs, coupled with his audacious claims that Latinos invented hip-hop, perpetrates harmful stereotypes and creates a culture of misinformation. Not only is his speech questionable, but his actions are equally disturbing. Being a convicted felon, he's avowed possession of firearms is not only unethical, but also illegal, an act that should not be overlooked or taken lightly. It is alarming to know that celebrities who influence millions worldwide, adults and impressionable youths alike, can get away with such behavior. With such reach, his harmful rhetoric and actions have a far-reaching effect that can foster negative stereotypes and propagate misinformation. We therefore urge the music industry, his audience, and all platforms that host his content to hold Fat Joe accountable, to stand against his bigoted comments, and to counsel him until he offers a sincere public apology and undergoes sensitivity training to address his biases. Please sign this petition and use your voice to denounce harmful rhetoric and demand equality and respect for all ethnic groups. This is about more than just accountability. It's about respecting our history, our heritage, and insisting upon representation for everyone in society's fabric, irrespective of the race or ethnicity. God, salute to that, bro. Salute to that, brother. Well said, man. Well said. The petition has over 600 signees right now. I think that's going to go up because people are disgusted with the things that he said. He called FBAs broke niggas. On Math Hoffa's platform, he called them broke niggas. He was being disrespectful, saying that Puerto Ricans deserve 50% of the creation of hip hop. You wasn't there. You don't have a point to prove. He is not being humble. He didn't remain humble, and he let his ego get in the way. And as of recently, he went on Billboard's platform to say this.
A legend here. I'm talking about BX Native. just chilling with VP Harris not too long ago. He hosted the BET Hip Hop Awards for the third consecutive year. Heavy hitter, legend, Mr. Fat Joe.
You know, thank you. I resigned as host of the BET Hip Hop Awards because, real shit. 2 Chainz said I've been monopolizing, so he said, yo, let me host. I know I could be a good host. I said, you know what, my brother? You could be the host next year.
You passed the torch officially?
Yeah, the 2 Chainz. I mean, BET don't know that, you know, but, you know, sidebar with 2 Chainz. He was like, yo, I really want to do that. I was like, no question.
I love that. I feel like Chainz would be a good host, man. I mean, you held it down for 3 years, but it makes sense. You passed the torch because now you can focus on the music. And that's why we hear new album, first one in nearly 15 years.
That sounds weird to me. Why they keep saying that? But I mean, like, what I have, Plata Plomo, that's with Remy, and then
the Dre album.
But I feel like I've been consistently working, but I guess my first solo in 15 years. That's crazy.
The dark side.
I want to know what people's thoughts is about, you know, him saying that BET doesn't know this, but I'm not doing the awards no more. It's like he doesn't want to apologize. He has a massive ego. You know, I feel as if like people need to humble themselves, man, and he's about to be humbled. I feel like the culture is not supporting him, period, no more. You know, every time somebody drops an album, it shows their first week sales. You can go to every platform. It's nowhere you can find what was Fat Joe's first week sales of his last album. If y'all can find them, please leave it in the comment section so I can know. I want to know what was his first week sales of his latest album, because I think that the culture has already removed him already. And you know, I don't have no malintent in nothing that I'm saying and nothing that I'm about to say. But the person whose platform that he was on when he spewed what he spewed about hip hop and about the FBAs and the black communities and disrespecting Tariq Nasheed and saying, you see, they leader, as if it's a organization when it's really a lineage. He's not the leader. He didn't even create the terminology of FBA. That's Dr. Claude Anderson. Salute to both of those brothers, though. Now, this platform, no malintent again. I don't have no malintent towards any human being. I know that I'm not trying to isolate my other viewers, because I have viewers of all cultures, and I appreciate y'all. Real talk. But the platform that he was on when he spewed the foolishness, this is what he talking about now.
Actually thinking about retiring.
From podcast? What's your goals? What's next?
When my brother was stage 4, I was just on focus. Like, all right, we're gonna fly out there, we're gonna get him what he needs, this, that, and the third, We're gonna act like this ain't even happening unless we doing some sort of treatment shit. There were moments that I would talk to him and I would feel weird. Not having his music out there, not having our music out there, that's always been a passion. Mm-hmm. I sit here and I'm not really interviewing motherfuckers. I'm trying to learn, stalling, and, you know, having to be super focused on this show.
You know, people don't know what a podcast really is. It's just an audio experience. I think a lot of people get it twisted about what a podcast is, because when I think of Math Hoffa's show, I think of a interviewing conversation show. It's just an interview. He's not getting on the microphone alone and just discussing topics and discussing his experiences and all of that. You know, that's a whole different thing. He got a interviewing YouTube show. That's not a podcast. But what I want to say about that thing that he just had to say about his music not being out there. I'm about to retire from podcasting. That's another thing that I want to say. Like, I hope Matt Hoffa sees this podcast and hear what I have to say, because I have no malintentions, dog. You got to remain humble, man. The people appreciate your content and they put you in position to be successful. You wasn't put in position to be successful for hip hop and for your songs or whatever. People like your podcast. You have 1 million subscribers and you are shitting on the people who appreciate what you do by saying you plan on retiring. Folks got to get out of they got to get out of their head, man. Real talk. And remain humble. And that's all I got to say about this topic. Like, real talk, man. I ain't going to stay too long, man. What are y'all thoughts about the petition? Do y'all plan on signing the petition? Are y'all tired of these niggas whining and crying and not being humble? Thank y'all for tuning into my show, man. Peace, love, plenty, abundance. Make sure you go get you some money. Salute. I'm gone. Chill.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.